Hey guys, what is going on? Jesse here, and I'm doing a top 5 underrated Smite gods. This is for the Xbox One. I unfortunately have not had the privilege of playing the PC version, and I would also like to put a disclaimer: this is my personal opinion. If my opinions do not reflect yours and you feel like these gods are not underrated, then by all means you have every right to feel that way. Alright, so without further ado, let's get to the first god. Number 5. So I picked my number 5 as Sylvanas, and the reason why he's at number 5 and not higher on the list is because I know why people don't use him. He has one of the weirdest auto attacks ever. You actually have to aim it instead of it just firing out in front of him. He's also really... some of his abilities are really hard to hit with. I'm sure everyone who's played him knows about that. But if you get accurate at him, if you get good at hitting people with the abilities, he is actually an incredibly viable guardian in my all honest opinion. And I think if you manage to get good at aiming, you'll be fine. That is why he is my number 5 pick. So, let's move on to number 4. Alright, for number 4, I picked the King of Fists. I'm not going to say his name because I cannot pronounce it, and I know someone will rip on me if I do not pronounce his name right. But yeah, I've never seen anybody playing as this guy, and I don't know why. I mean, I'd put him as better than Mercury at some things, you know? He's got just an extremely cool fighting style, and if you put things on him that make his fists go faster, you know, it increases attack speed while also boosting up his abilities. He can be amazing. He can be the devil at combat. He can just destroy people. He is the wrecker of everything. That is why I believe he should be number 4 on my list. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, number 3. Okay, for number 3, I picked, let's hope I pronounce this one right, Jongi. Or Jongi. Okay, I give up. But the reason why he's on this list is because this is another one where I very rarely see people playing as him, but I actually think he is probably one of the best mages out there when you know how to use him. I think the main reason why he is underutilized is probably due to his passive and due to the bag. I'll admit, when I first started playing, I found that very confusing. I found some of his abilities very confusing. I did not know I did not know if his ability could hit everyone in front of him, or if it could only hit one person. It was just very confusing. But when you actually learn about this guy, when you actually delve into what he can do, you'll find he is probably one of the most powerful mages out there, and also very good at being defensive due to his passive, where his bag gives him extra protections. So yeah, if you're playing Smite and you want a new god to try out, I highly recommend Jongi. Hope I haven't butchered that name. Anyway, moving on. Number 2. And for number 2, I was finding it hard to pick which one I should put at number 2, so I decided to go with Osiris. Osiris is someone who I absolutely love playing with, but the thing is, he is just outclassed. That's the main reason he's, like, not used very much, because most warriors are simply put better than him. You know, that's my opinion, obviously, but I still love playing as him. I think when you got warriors like Chak and Guan Yu and all the others, Sun Wukong, Osiris kind of just gets lost in the shuffle, but if you actually take your time and look at his build, he can be quite fun to play with, you know? I find that his combos can be extremely good when you're using his wraps to make people stunned, and then you can hit them with your sickle, and then you can hit them with your, I forgot what the move's called, but you can hit them with that 9 whip thing, and then it's just a good move in my opinion. Another reason why I don't think he's used as much is because his only escape is his ultimate, which can be quite annoying, but sometimes I find it's really satisfying to hit that on someone who's running away. So if you've never played Osiris and you like warrior classes like Guan Yu or Chak or Sun Wukong, I highly recommend that you try out Osiris. Give him a go, guys. Just give him a go and have some fun with it. Alright, my number 1 is about to be revealed. Let's do this. Number 1. And my number 1 top most underrated god in Smite of all time is Olaf. Once again, I feel like I'm butchering every single name. I am so sorry, guys, but I've got to talk about this guy. I I don't think I've ever seen this guy being used. I'm sure some of you probably have, and I'm sure some of you are going to put in the comments about how all these gods are used, and I see them all the time, you know. But I've never really seen Uller anywhere. You know, I've seen him a couple of times, but he's never used as much as I think he should be. And the reason why I think this guy is extremely underrated is because he's so versatile, in my all honest opinion. I find he's got great push with his archery. I've been able to push a Ra. I've been able to outpush a Ra. Come on, guys, come on. And not only that, he's good at 1v1s with his axes. His axes are extremely good for taking people out. And then if your opponents start to get far away, you can just switch to your bow and arrow. I think, and the one reason why maybe he's underutilized is probably due to the fact that he doesn't have an ultimate, but he makes up for this in versatility in what he can do. And yes, it is extremely confusing when you have 6 abilities that you can use, all with different, you know, different effects, different stuff. But once you get used to him, I swear, he just becomes so, like, you can do anything with him. He's so versatile. I've been able to play any role you can think of with Uller, and he has been okay in every single role across the board. I mean, has he excelled at every single role? No. But he has done well. Ladies and gentlemen, that is me done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you disagree with me, you have every right to. Please put in the comments what your top 5 underrated ones are. Thank you guys. Goodbye.